What is death? When I was a kid, we were told that when we die, our souls would leave our body and either go to heaven or hell. Supposedly, in heaven, the people that you knew and loved would be there waiting for you. There's no pain or suffering, only love and happiness. On the other hand, hell is supposed to be a pit of despair, a place where souls will burn in an eternal fire. That is some serious stuff to lay on a kid. Looking back, I'm not sure if I really believed any of it. When I was 19, one of my best friends was killed in a car accident. I never had a chance to say goodbye to him, and that really killed me. His passing sparked a curiosity and an anger in me, and as far as I was concerned, death could kiss my ass. On a rainy day in May of 2005, my older brother Patrick was coming home from work. He called my sister-in-law Leslie and told her that he was on his way and that he would see her soon. He never made it home. While driving, he lost control of his car and he hit a tree. He never regained consciousness and was removed from life support 2 weeks later. His death wrecked me. Why did he have to die? Was he scared? Did he suffer? Did his life flash before his eyes? And where did he go? Now that I have a wife and kids, I think of my own mortality. It's not a subject that people seem to want to talk about, but being the curious person that I am, I had to know. Do my friends and family think about life, death, and the supposed afterlife like I do?
I think it's on such a concept level that we can't wrap our minds around it fully fundamentally. So we're kind of like children trying to describe a magic trick.
I always think death is like going to sleep, and I'm hoping the afterlife is like a really big dream.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. So I think that death means to me is just like someone lying on the ground with their eyes open, no pulse, going in some afterlife or something like that.
Well, it's the end of life to begin with, I think. And so what happens next? Like my father said to me, nobody's ever come back to tell us.
I guess the best way I could explain it to someone is you just stop breathing, your whole body shuts down. Your body's there, but you're not anymore.
Death means the end of existence on this plane.
No, I don't think I'm afraid of death. I'm afraid of the process of dying.
Sometimes I think I am, and other times I think no. But when I feel like I'm not, that's when I think about everybody I've lost. Like, I'm not afraid because they'll be there.
I'm indifferent now. Death is a part of the cycle of life. Everything has to face death at some point.
Like, you would go to heaven or like hell or something like that, or you would reincarnate as like something else.
I'm not a very religious person, but I wonder maybe if there isn't reincarnation or maybe just something that we don't even understand.
Well, me personally, I think there's a place you go afterwards, heaven, or an afterlife, whatever people believe in. I don't think death is final. I think there's another place that you go afterwards.
I think we go to a higher plane of existence or a different plane of existence. Do I believe in a literal heaven or hell? No, I don't.
I believe there's an afterlife. I think that for each individual to have that personality, that soul, that essence that makes you you, something that makes you Jason, that wants to do film and create and things like that, that loves that, that feels sadness and joy and everything else like that. Maybe it's us being arrogant as human beings, but I don't think that just snuffs out.
I honestly don't know how to answer that. I don't know what you would hope for in death, other than I imagine peace, but I have peace now.
For me, I was raised with there's a heaven and there's a hell. And there's ghosts, so I guess in between, people that haven't crossed over kind of thing.
I don't fully grasp the concept of hell. I think that you can create your own hell through anger and depression, and that's what you leave with. If you're able to battle through all that and find fulfillment and happiness, then I think you will be that's basically what you're going to take with you and where you're going to go.
I think heaven is a very kind place where you see God and like the streets are made of gold and you just live a very happy life there.
I do think there's a purpose for death, and I do think having an end it's a good thing, because I would think if you were living forever, you kind of get tired of it. Not to mention, if nobody dies but we keep having children, the earth is going to be overpopulated. It's not going to be able to sustain everybody on it anymore.
So everything has its time and its place and its useful existence.
I think it depends on the social structure. I think it depends on our environment. There are some cultures that embrace death. They'll cry at a childbirth and celebrate at a funeral because they view death differently. In the Western world, like we exist right now, death is a pretty touchy subject because it is directly affiliated with tragedy, with loss, with a lot of negative feelings and a lot of negative results. I think the one common understanding is that it's unknown, and people always fear what they don't understand, and death is definitely one of those.
So what is death? Nobody really truly knows. Like Steve said, it's an unknown that a lot of people fear, including myself. What I did learn is that some of my friends and family do have very similar thoughts about it. I love their optimism about the afterlife, and for now, I think I'll hold on to that.